Hey guys, it's Cece, and the Buzzwordathon starts tomorrow. So welcome to another Readathon vlog. In case you don't know, I'm participating in 3 separate Readathons in June, and Buzzwordathon is going to be the second of those. I already participated in the Queer Lit Readathon. That vlog is maybe up already. I hope it's up already. It should be up before this one, so if you haven't watched it, go check it out. But the Buzzwordathon starts tomorrow, and I'm just starting this vlog a day early so that people are getting the most of my weekly vlogs. People get to see pretty much every day of June. I also wanted to start this vlog a day early because I have to rearrange my bookshelves today. I am basically out of room for unread books, completely on the 3 shelves that I have. So right now I have everything double stacked, but I kind of hate the way it looks. So today I'm going to be moving around a bunch of my Funko Pops to make room for more unread books and moving stuff around, and I thought I would show you that while I'm working on that. And then tomorrow I get to actually start reading stuff for the Buzzwordathon. Today I might continue reading Tarnished Are the Stars, which is a book that I didn't finish for the Queer Lit Readathon, but I still really want to read this month. So I might read a little bit of that today, but ultimately today is about editing and it is about moving around books. So, if you have no idea what I'm talking about with the Buzzwordathon, all of the information for the 2 hosts will be in the description below, and the point is just to read books that have the word you in the title. That's what the buzzword is for this round of Buzzwordathon. I have 4 books set aside that I'm planning to read this week, and hopefully I will get through them all. But for now, I'm going to move around some books. Okay, so the readathon has actually gotten started now. So the first book that I'm reading is Tell Me How You Really Feel by Amina May Safi, which I'm enjoying a ton so far. I'm not super far into it, even though it's the evening of the first full day, so I've read about 55 pages so far, but those pages went really, really quickly, and I'm really liking this. This feels like it's gonna be like a perfect hate-to-love female-female romance. I am so pumped about it. It's giving me a lot of vibes of that book Style by Chelsea M. Cameron, which is like up to this point been my favorite just sort of cheesy female-female romance, that and The Summer of Jordi Perez. So I'm really excited for this to join the ranks because I'm loving it so far. So in this book there's Sana, who is Iranian American, and there is Rachel, and she is Mexican and Jewish, and they are the two who are at the center of the relationship. And like, there's been a ton of great stuff just with them in general, but there's also been a ton of like really fun, not fun, but you know, interesting commentary on sexism and racism in like the movie industry, because Sana's mom is a production designer and Rachel really wants to get into film, and they live in LA, so like that's a big feature. I'm just really, really liking it so far. So hopefully, if all goes according to plan, I should read most of this tomorrow, if not all of it. I think it's going to go by really, really quickly, and I'm enjoying it, so I don't think once I start reading it, I'm going to want to put it down. I am going to read a little bit right now before I go to sleep and see how far I get in this book. It's a little after midnight, so, you know, could be better, but I'm going to stay up a little bit and try to read this. But, like, today I was kind of a working machine. I did a ton of editing. I moved a ton of stuff around. Uploaded things, sent messages, and possibly got a new freelance job, which I am really, really psyched about. I have to send a couple of messages tomorrow, but it's something I really want to do, so I'm hoping that it works out for me. But for now, I'm just gonna read this and then go to sleep. Hey, Korra.
Say hi. High five. Nope.
Nope. Look at these little mustache men.
Jolly good, yes. Going to have a nice safari. Yeah. Hunting rhinos and what? Yes. It's not your friends. These boys. See?
Oh man.
These not your friends.
Sorry.
She's like, what? Friends.
But friends. Friends. That's intense.
It's IYNDYIEI.
Oh, that one would kill me. Well, now they won't play. Okay, hello. It is June 15th, which means it's been a few days since I've checked in, because I've been bad about vlogging like readathon stuff. I feel like I've been showing you what I've been up to, but not updating you on reading at all, or like filming serious updates. Not serious updates, but, you know, filming myself talking. It's the 15th, and yesterday I finished reading Tell Me How You Really Feel by Amina May Safi, which I loved. I loved this book so much. I made a bold claim on Twitter, and I think I'm sticking with it, that this is possibly my new favorite, like, female contemporary of all time. I think that this has surpassed everything else ever. I'm obsessed with it. It was perfect and wonderful. I feel like, so this has a lot of similar vibes to Everything Leads to You, in that it's set in LA, it's about making movies, and it's queer, but it's written like a rom-com, and it has super intense Gilmore Girls vibes with Sana. It's pretty clear that her and her mom's storyline was very much based on Gilmore Girls, to the point that it's not like the author's trying to hide that. The book is dedicated to the person who wrote Gilmore Girls. Yeah, the dedication of this book is for Amy Sherman Palladino. Thank you for never giving Rory Gilmore a decent boyfriend. She's always had Paris. So, like, pretty clear what happened here. But the characters were amazing. This was, like, an excellent slow burn. It's a contemporary, so there's only so slow you can burn, but this managed it. This managed hate to love really well. It managed like a lot of the cliches of rom-coms, but did it particularly well. I absolutely love this book, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars because I think it's perfect. And the next thing I'm reading is You Asked for Perfect. This is by Laura Silverman, and I believe this is a male-male romance, and the main character is a boy named Ariel who is Jewish, and the love interest is a boy named Amir. This is a super diverse book so far, which I appreciate, but I'm not really liking how this is written. This is written in like first-person present tense, which isn't my favorite, but it is really, really quick, and the pacing of this book, it's spaced like a middle grade book, seriously. Look at that. Look at that. So this is only going to take me another hour and a half to read, so I'm going to try to finish it today, and that will be 2 books down so far, and we are on day 3. 3? 12, 13, 4. We are on day 4 of this readathon, so, yeah, there is your update. I promise I'll be better going forward. Okay, so it is the 16th now, and I just finished reading You Asked for Perfect by Laura Silverman, and honestly, my feelings about this remained kind of the same that they did at the beginning. Just that I didn't really like the narration. I don't know if it was like the first person present tense, or if I just didn't like something else wasn't clicking with me, but whatever it was, just something wasn't working about the writing for me. And then the character development was fine, but I didn't really get the buildup of the relationship between Ariel and Amir. By the way, Amir is Pakistani American. Ariel's best friend Suk is Korean, and there are a lot of other characters as well. I know I said at the beginning that this was a very diverse book, and like that held true. Do I do that a lot? I feel like I adjust my glasses with books a lot. Is that like a weird tick I have? But the relationship between Ariel and Amir wasn't built up very well, and it just never reached a point that I wanted it to reach, and ultimately I just thought it was fine. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, I thought it was fine, and I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. So just very middling in my opinion. Some of the, now I'm thinking about it, some of the like anxiety rep was good, and I thought it was making good points, but I didn't like how often Ariel would be like buried in stuff he had to get done, and then the next chapter would start and it would be like he finally felt caught up, and then it just gets busy again. I thought that that was weird, and it was repeated too often. So I don't know, like if you're reading YA contemporary that's about anxiety and school pressure, I just think there are ones out there that have been written better. Maybe this would be less triggering for some people's anxiety, but this did trigger my anxiety a lot more than other books I've read about the same subject. Something about how much Ariel is thinking about on a constant basis was very difficult for me to read at times. It just made me feel really stressed, and where I have already been having a week where I've been really stressed, that wasn't great. I don't know, I just feel like this fits into the same wheelhouse as Alice Oseman's writing. Who else writes about this? Riley Redgate, I think, is an author who writes a lot about school anxiety and pressure. Maybe Sean David Hutchinson, I don't know, I just feel like there are authors out there who do a better job. So I gave you a star rating and then I kept rambling, but I'm done with that. So I have today, tomorrow, and the day after left of the Buzzwordathon, and I have 2 books left. They are If It Makes You Happy and I Hope You Get This Message, and I don't know which one I'm going to start next because I have been letting Brian choose which books I read in which order during readathons, so I'm going to go let him decide between these 2 books as to which one I'm going to start next and see how far I can get through these next 2 books.
Can you just wait until my beard grows back out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so this one is something, but this one is something. Oh, I gotta read the back. This one is speculative fiction.
Yes.
Oh, look at this one.
Okay.
Of course it's that one.
Hey y'all, it's the last day of the Buzzwordathon, and I am currently reading I Hope You Get This Message by Farnaz Rishi, which I am really enjoying so far. I'm not super far into it. I'm about 90 pages in. I mean, that's pretty far, but like still a lot of the book to go, so I don't know if I'm going to finish this. I'm going to try, but according to Bookly, my reading app, it's going to take me another 3 hours to finish, so I'm not sure. I'm liking the characters so far. I think it's really interesting. I think it has a interesting premise. And I'm curious to see where it's gonna go. But I wanted to start off by showing you that I have a couple of pieces of book mail. So I want to show you that book mail because I just went and grabbed it. I have this. I have no idea what it is though. So I'm gonna open it. Oh, fan mail! Oh, never mind, I know exactly what this is. Okay, never mind. I'm going to open up this package first, which I know exactly what it is because an author sent it to me. Samantha Allen noticed in a recent Instagram post that I still only had an ARC and I never got a finalized copy. And so she sent along a finalized copy of this book, Real Queer America, which is one of my favorite books so far this year. I absolutely adore this book, and I have really wanted a finished copy, so it was very, very sweet of Samantha to reach out to me and send me this copy. I can't wait to replace my paperback ARC with this. I'm very, very excited. But this box is a fan mail box. I think of, Not Your Backup, Leia. I swear to God, if you knock over this camera, it is, so there you can see, oh my God. So you can see it's a fan mail box that's purple. Woo, because it is Not Your Backup. The creators of Fan Mail Box offered CB Lee a free box that she could send, and she sent it to me, which is very, very sweet. So I'm gonna show you everything that came inside. So here's the Not Your Backup box with the list of items in here. I already know everything that's in here because CB showed me while I was at BookCon, but there's a note from CB on the back. There is a little pencil case that says Sidekick Squad, which is so cute, and this has some pins inside, which I showed off recently in another video. In my book expo haul, I showed most of these off. So there's a just a rainbow. There's a rainbow pin. There were different flags, I believe, included in different boxes, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm remembering that incorrectly. There is a Not Your Backup pin to go with the book. There is a Sidekick Squad pin, which is so cute. Leia, I'm gonna kill ya. You're so sweet. And there's a pin that says, Master Mischief was right about the cheese, which is a quote from the first book. Oh, and there's another one. Sorry. Oh my God. There was another pin in there. It says, Totally Ace. Not Your Backup is about a character named Emma figuring out where she is on the asexual and aromantic spectrums, so there's that. And, ooh, the last pin that was in there is this beautiful enamel space pin, which is glorious. So those are all of the pins that were inside the little pencil case. There's also a bookmark, which has the 3 characters who have their own books so far on it. That is Jess up at the top, Belle's in the middle, and Emma at the bottom. There's also this print of the characters from the Sidekick Squad series. Oh my God, they're so cute. Ah, okay, and there is also this print in there, this super shiny, beautiful print. So holographic and nice. And then the last 2 things in here are, of course, the new Not Your Backup book, as well as a signed book plate. From CB Lee, which is going to be perfect. The other 2 books I have in this series are actually ARCs. I never got finished copies of either of those books because I read them well before they were released in ARC form, so it's going to be weird having this on my bookshelf next to it, but I'm really excited about it. And both of those ARCs are signed and personalized by CB, so it'll be nice that I still have a book plate to have this signature on. That is everything from the Not Your Backup fan mail box, which was very, very sweet of them to send me. If you want to check out Fan Mail Box, there will be a link in the description below. They do really cool dedicated boxes, and this was one of the BookCon exclusive boxes. There were 3. The other 2 were for The Princess and the Fangirl and I Love You So Mochi, so this was just the Not Your Backup one that was sent to me, but they have a ton of other really great stuff, so check out them in the description below. But it is Tuesday the 18th, like I said, it is the last day, and it is I don't have a ton that I have to get done today. I would really like to focus on reading. I hope you get this message. It's funny that this came at this time because I was planning on reading this book this week, but it wound up like the shipping times, whenever stuff worked out, like I wasn't going to get the chance to read it. So it's funny that this arrived on the final day of Buzzwordathon. But I'm gonna go sit down, drink coffee, and try to finish. I hope you get this message, or read as much of it as I can. But I also really want to finish Gentleman Jack because Brian and I started watching it last night and we watched most of the series. Could not stop watching it. It is so good. So there are only 2 episodes of that left. I'm pretty sure we're gonna finish watching that tonight too. Hey friends, so Buzzwordathon has technically been over for 2 days now, but I wanted to hold off for those couple of days so that I could finish reading. I hope you get this message, so that I could like fully review it for you, and maybe it doesn't count as something I read during the Buzzwordathon fully, but it is a book that I read. So I think my general summary of this earlier on was just that it's a book about the world ending. I wanted to expand on that just a little bit. This is set in a not very distant future at all, like still within the realms of our current presidency. And it is about a society where we've discovered that there is another alien race that is as intelligent as we are or more, and humanity intercepts a message that that alien race is currently in deliberations, and that they are going to destroy Earth or humanity as we know it in the next 7 days. So it's 7 days to the end of the world. And then there are 3 characters who have different points of view in this book. There is Kate, who's from San Francisco, and she sets out looking for a father she's never met. There is Adim, who is off looking for his sister, who ran away a couple of years earlier after she came out to her family and they didn't take it very well. And then there is Jesse, who is from Roswell, and he's gay, and he hasn't ever handled anything particularly well, and he's not handling the end of the world particularly well. My biggest thing that I would say with this is that if you like We Are the Ants, this is definitely going to be a book that you want to read next. It is a successor to that book in a lot of ways, for how emotional it is, for dealing with complex relationships between family members, for its alien storyline, for the gay rep. I did ultimately like We Are the Ants more, but these are completely distinct and different books. I just think that if you like that one, you're going to like this for a lot of the same reasons. I feel like the biggest thing that I had with this is an emotional distance. I liked all the characters and I was invested in them getting together and finally meeting, but I never felt that emotionally invested, and that's usually the thing that keeps a book from getting from a 4-star to a 5-star review. That's what that 5-star is. There's also an emotional component. So this just didn't quite have that. I liked all the characters, I just wasn't invested in them as much as I would have liked to be. But other than that, it is a book I highly recommend. It's a book that I really enjoyed, and yeah. This is coming out October 22nd, according to the ARC, so you can look for it then, and that is the final book for the Buzzwordathon. So, 4 books were on my TBR, 3 books finished. Could have been better, but ultimately I'm glad that I finished 3 books. That's good enough for me. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this vlog. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!